Let me see here. I think we are live. Wow, there's 30 people in here already. Holy cow. Whoa. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Maritime, hello. Mooch, hello. Tree Bark, hello. Kasi, we need to talk about that earlier than right before I'm about to go live, man. So we'll talk about using your thumbnails next time. But thanks for making those. How is everybody tonight? I am Lamp. Oh, look who's here. It's Lamp. Hey, man. You have no idea how much trouble you caused me lately. Just kidding. Let's see here. Jack, hello. Taylor, hello. Maritime, hello. Let's see. How is everybody tonight? What is going on? It is the 110th anniversary of the sinking of the RMS Titanic tonight, guys. Hard to believe. 110 years. That's absolutely insane. And Okay. Hang on. Sorry, guys, but I've got to turn on slow mode. I hate to do this to all of you, but I've got to do it because I cannot I cannot keep up with the chat. 30 seconds. We'll keep it there. There we go. Hold on. Oh. I forgot to plug in my laptop, but it's okay because the power cord's right here. How is everybody tonight? And don't worry, there's no risk of a tea incident if you know what I'm talking about. Tornado Harry, hello. I am streaming right now as well. That's awesome, man. CJ Studios, hello. Drawing for fun. Sam, I have a question. What if Titanic hit a rock instead of the iceberg and was in warmer water? Would more people have survived? Yes. If the Titanic would have, let's assume that the Titanic was in 156 already. Holy cow. So let's assume the Titanic was in the exact same situation, except she hit a rock, but had the exact same amount of damage and the water was warmer. Yes, more people would survive. Because what killed most people on board the RMS Titanic on the night that she sank was that the water was below freezing. The water that night was 28 degrees Fahrenheit, -2 Celsius, I think. I am not a Celsius expert. Georgia says glitching. How is stream test, everybody? Stream test. How's the audio? Video quality, audio quality. How am I doing? Is everything clear? How is everything? I'm watching the chat. Is everything all right on the chat? It's going well. It's good. Good here. Okay, cool. All right. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Yep, if somebody says glitching, then I stopped to check that out. But that was an absolutely great question. If I could find it in this book real quick. But yeah, the number one thing that killed people on board the Titanic on the night she sank was the cold. It was the cold water. So if the water would have been warmer, absolutely more people could have survived. If I could find that page, and of course I can find it in 2 seconds when I'm not looking for it, and then when I look for it, boom. And we got our first super chats of the night. Awesome. Kasi10, thank you so much. All right, you know what time it is. I said get your bathtub ready, get the model and sink it, or at least show it to us. Haven't seen it for a while. Also, don't call me Mr. Bryce. Kasi, what I'm going to do, for those of you who don't know, Kasi was kind enough to let me borrow his submersible Titanic model. I'm going to show that in Sunday night's live stream. So just have a little bit more patience, man. I am going to go live Sunday, just like always. So I'm going to show it there. Kasi, thanks for the 10. Thanks for sending me the model. Cutting room floor 2. Thank you so much. It's been a while. How do you do, Mr. Sam? I'm doing pretty well. Working hard. Health is good. I did make a discovery yesterday. I figured out that it's a very bad idea to try to work on a video after you donate a pint of blood. That's a very bad idea. I was super fatigued. But hey, I got the video done, so hey, it all worked out. Benjamin, thank you for the 2. Benjamin, hey Sam, can you do a video on the attack of the Deadmen? It was a brutal battle during World War I. I only have an hour as well. What were the Deadmen? Maybe that's not exactly the maritime stuff that I try to stick with on my channel, but yeah, I'll try and research it if I get a chance. Let's see here. Kimberly, hi from West Virginia. Oh, wow, you're in West Virginia. I'm in West Virginia. I'm in Charleston. That's awesome. Fellow West Virginian here. Awesome. Country roads take me home. Moose 10, thank you so much. Hi, Sam. Hope you're doing well. Let's assume the Titanic didn't sink, but she was low in the water. If she was towed, wouldn't that cause her to sink further? Hi, Sam. Hope you're doing well. Let's assume the Titanic didn't sink, but she was low in the water. If she was towed. So I guess it would depend on how low. That's the big question there. Because now I'm not sure how they would have went about saving it. But let's take the HMHS Britannic as a fine example here. The HMHS Britannic could handle her first 6 watertight compartments breached and stay afloat if the ship remained motionless. The forward motion of the Britannic would cause the ship to sink. Now, I wonder how they would handle that. I've never thought about that before. My best guess is they would probably have to try to pump out some of the water before they tried to move forward, maybe, because the ship would reach an equilibrium. So maybe they'd be able to pump out a little bit of the water. And then once they did that, the ship would be safe enough to move. Maybe Titanic could have been in a similar situation where they could try to pump out a little bit of the water and save it. Maybe that would have happened. I'm not 100% certain. That's a great question, by the way. I think I found something to research. Mooch, thank you so much for the 10. But yeah, I think they could have found a way to save it if the ship had stabilized. Taylor 5, thank you so much. Just bought Titanic Adventure Out of Time a few minutes before the live stream. More important. Absolutely. Titanic Adventure Out of Time, that game really takes me back. I really do need to go back and play that again. I really, really do. Every time I'd play it or think about the game, I think about my that nightmare my mother had that I told you all about. Thank you for the 5, Taylor. Let's see. Winley, Sam, would you ever consider traveling to the Kia Channel to visit the HMHS Britannic since her wreck is in fairly shallow water? Absolutely. Oh, do you even have to ask me that? So I don't know if I've ever told this story before, but I think it was back in September or October, right around there. I went to LA to go to an event called Bid Summit. And I met a few people. Mr. Beast was there. And I didn't talk to Mr. Beast or Jimmy, but I met a few people in his crew. And I was talking to them about, like, I told them what I did. I'm Historic Travels. I showed them my car, blah, 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 blah. And they asked me if I knew anything about shipwrecks for a video. And I mentioned the Britannic and all that. I told them that it would probably be a little bit easier to reach Britannic because they were asking me what shipwrecks are cool to dive, what shipwrecks are, like the story of them, So I told them they knew about the Titanic, obviously, but that's too deep for whatever they're planning. But then I told them about the Britannic. And, I talked to them for a bit and I haven't heard anything from them, but they took my information and they said that if they ever do a shipwreck video, they may reach out to me. And they said they might look at doing a video on the Britannic or doing something with the Britannic. But yeah, I would absolutely love to go visit Britannic. And I hope something comes from that. Like I said, it's been months. I haven't heard anything, so probably nothing will happen. But hey, you never know. Always worth a shot, right? And of course, here come the super chats while I'm off talking on this. But yes, I would love to visit the Britannic and the Kia Channel. Absolutely. We got a 10 from Kenia. I hope I said that right. Thank you so much. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if the Titanic struck the berg at 11:40 p.m. and sank at 2:20 a.m. ship's time, does that mean she hit the iceberg at 10:40 p.m. and sank at 1:20? All right, so yes, you're right and wrong at the same time. So Titanic time is 1 hour ahead of Eastern time, okay? But at the exact same time, you have to remember, so 10:40 p.m. Eastern time, it's 11:40 p.m. Titanic time, all right? However, in 1912, daylight savings wasn't a thing. So there was actually a 2-hour difference between New York time and Titanic time. Same thing with London time, just flipped. So Titanic was 2 hours ahead of New York time and 2 hours behind London time. Yeah. But then daylight savings happened and we closed the gap by an hour. But yes, you are more or less right. And I hope I said your name right. But hey, thank you so much for the 10. But yes, Titanic was a little bit ahead of us. So 10:40 p.m. Eastern time, Titanic strikes the berg. Chris, 10, thank you so much. Happy 110, thank you. Currently on the plane to DC, but didn't want to miss this, so I bought internet access. Oh, that's awesome, Chris. So you're watching me on a plane. That's awesome. Anyway, what would have happened if Bride and Phillips had not fixed the Marconi? Oh, that is an age-old question. All right. So for those of you who don't know this story, wow, there's 255 people in here. Holy cow. For those of you who don't know this story, Jack Phillips and Harold Bride were the two Marconi wireless operators on board the RMS Titanic. Essentially, they were the Titanic's radio operators. And the day before the sinking, the Titanic's radio broke. There was a short somewhere and it broke. And according to the Marconi manual, these guys were not supposed to fix it. They were not supposed to fix it. They were like, wait until the ship arrives at a harbor and then have a dedicated Marconi technician come and fix it. They didn't do that. They decided to go ahead and try to fix it themselves. Now, if they hadn't fixed it, the Titanic did have an emergency radio. However, its range was extremely limited. Extremely limited. The main radio on Titanic had a range of roughly 400 miles, give or take. I believe at nighttime, the range could go further. If I remember correctly, I think a guy in Chicago said he could pick up the Titanic's distress signal. But anyway, if they had just used the emergency system, the range was roughly 50 miles. And the Carpathia was right at the barrier as to what like at the maximum barrier of the 50-mile range. So Carpathia was roughly 50 miles or so away from Titanic. So if they had not fixed the radio, then it's very iffy if the Carpathia would have hurt the Titanic at all, you know? But because Jack Phillips and Harold Bride worked to fix the radio, they had full communication on the night of the disaster. Now, there were some ships within range. I think the Mount Temple. All right, so back to the question at hand. If they had not fixed the radio, what would have happened? I think the Mount Temple was a little bit closer to the Titanic than the Carpathia was. So that's another ship. So I believe that if they had used the emergency set, the Mount Temple would have still picked them up. And then the Mount Temple could have relayed that message to the Carpathia. It would have been a lot harder for ships to know what's going on with the Titanic. But I still think, given the circumstances, the Titanic could have still called for help. Was there any other ships close to the Titanic besides the Mount Temple? The Californian doesn't count because its radio was off. But you get my point. I think that they still would have been able to contact help. It just would have been much, much harder. Can you believe that they broke the rules and fixed the radio right before all that stuff went down? Isaac, I am not going to be live until 2:20. I'm only going to be up for an hour. I don't want to all the other Titanic live streamers are going to be going live here in about an hour or so, and I don't want to be up with all that going on. I just thought I'd come live, talk to all of you, and then I want to watch those guys as well, so I'm going to sign off when they start up. So, yeah, I'm only going to be up for about an hour. All right, let's jump back here and find out these super chats, because as soon as I get off on these tangents, I lose the super chats. We got that one. Cossie5, thank you. Are you going to be up for the real-time sinking streams tonight? Also, I know the model thing is getting irritating, but I'll be waiting for something. That's awesome, Cossie. Yeah, I'm going to be tuning in and out as the evening progresses, but yes, I'm going to be watching them. I believe both Part-Time Explorer and THG are both doing live streams, so I'm going to have to jump back and forth between the two. Maritime history. I'm doing a Titanic documentary, which is more reliable. Wait, which is more reliable? Titanic Honor and Glory is real time, or Part-Time Explorer is real time? I know Honor and Glory is outdated, but could I still base info off of them? Have they done a new live stream? I'm not sure. The only live stream that I've seen from THG was the original live stream that I used as like a B-roll in my videos in the early days. But there are some problems with it, but it's fairly accurate. You know, there are some issues here and there, but that stuff only been talked about here recently. I haven't seen their latest animation, so I don't really know what to say about it. As of right now, the most accurate animation that I know of is the one by Part-Time Explorer. But as I said, I haven't seen the new animation that THG did, if they did a new one, but the old one is still good that THG has. It just has a few details off here and there, and the Part-Time Explorer one corrects that. But yeah, hope that helps, Maritime. Let's see here. We got that one. I think we're all caught up. Oh, wow. We're all caught up on the super chats. Nice. Let's see here. Wait, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. No, we're good. All right, let's see here. Maritime, got it. Thank you. Awesome. Wallace Henry Hartley. Sam, is it possible for you to video on All Quiet on the Western Front? I was thinking this since you did a video on World War I or was it World War II? Also, did you know that the Nazis made a Titanic film? Yes, the propaganda Titanic film. I might jump into more World War I and World War II content at some point. I like to stick to maritime history, but on occasion I may branch out into something like that. But yeah, maybe. Yeah, I cannot believe that the Nazis made a Titanic propaganda film. That's absolutely insane to me that they did that. Can't believe it. Let's see here. Tree Bark, Sam, have you seen my movie yet? I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I will, man. Spider, glad to be part of the stream. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Dorday. Hey, Sam, do you think that the aft grand staircase dome also imploded as the main dome because this was part of the ship that sank very fast, or was it destroyed during the breakup? That's a hard question to answer. I would probably say it got ripped apart as the ship sank because, as I said in my video, the aft grand staircase is located in between the third and fourth funnel right here, this little square structure you see right here. And this whole part of the ship was massively, like, structurally obliterated from the breakup. You know, the Titanic broke in half right in front of the third funnel, but the area leading up to the fourth funnel, this whole space was ripped apart, and so was the aft grand staircase. So, did the dome break? Yes, but I think it was ripped apart instead of imploding like the forward grand staircase did. Let's see here. Gamer, I forgot it was the anniversary. I'm going to Belfast, Titanic Quarter next Wednesday. That's awesome. Mooch5, thank you so much. Tasting History with Max Miller put out his first class diner video the other day, or dinner video. I sent the link your way. Awesome, Mooch. Thank you so much. I will check that out when I get a chance, dinner. Let's see here. Back to the old times. In my opinion, I don't think it's appropriate to talk about the propaganda one, so I may skip out on it on the respect of the people. But as a historian, I understand you have to talk about with respect. Oh, so I get what you're saying. Yeah, whenever I think about Titanic films, I don't even reference the Nazi propaganda one. You know, it's not even on my radar of Titanic films. It's one of those things that I can't believe that they did. You know what I mean? But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, probably the first Titanic movie is I know there's ones earlier than that one, but the 1953 one. I think it was 1953. It was that drama movie where the Titanic was kind of the background. The one that came out before A Night to Remember. I consider that the first one, or the first real Titanic film. Let's see. Chase. Hi, Sam. When are you going to do the sinking of the Carpathia? I know you did how the Carpathia rescued the Titanic survivors from the Titanic, but are you going to do sinking? It's on my list. I've got so much other stuff that I'm dealing with right now that I just do not have time to add anything else to it right now. But yes, I will cover the Carpathia's end at some point. Let's see here. Lee, on Saturday, I'm going to the Titanic Artifact Museum in Orlando, which is only about 45 minutes from where I live. It will be the first time I've ever gone there. That's awesome, Lee. And make sure you go and check out the Big Piece Hall Fragment. Big Piece Hall Fragment. People said I said that a lot in my video. But yeah, the D-Deck Big Piece is there, and I hope you like it. It's an awesome museum. Taylor 5, thank you so much. Oh, hang on, guys. I need a drink. Let's see here. As far as World War I and World War II, you could do videos on the Battle of the Atlantic. That's cool. And I also want to do some battles in the Pacific too. Like there is stuff with World War I and World War II that I would like to cover. But what I would like to do is focus on more of the maritime stuff. So the first World War II topic that I'm going to really cover, I did cover Dunkirk, but I want to talk about the Bismarck and the Hood, you know, how the Hood was sunk by the Bismarck and then how the Bismarck was eventually sunk. You know, I want to go into all of that stuff. That's probably the first World War II naval topic that I'm going to cover. I don't know. I guess you could call Dunkirk a naval thing too. But yeah. Taylor, thank you for the 5. Let's see. Tanya, 10, thank you. Can we say that Titanic did not have any issues with the fire and not badly built, considering she stayed afloat for over 2 hours longer than ships that came after she sank? Can we say that Titanic did not have any issues with the fire and not badly built? Absolutely. So that's one thing that really drives me crazy when I hear about it, is that people like to say that the Titanic was a badly built ship, that a coal fire sunk it, blah, 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 blah. So here's the thing. The Titanic was built like a warship. Like this thing was so tough. And what did the Titanic not do that almost every other ship that sinks in history did? She doesn't capsize, you know? The Titanic stayed perfectly stable. More or less. She had lifts here and there. But she stayed stable enough for people to be able to launch all of these lifeboats. The coal fire was only in one small area. And honestly, with all the other damage around it, the coal fire really didn't do anything. Even if it did somehow damage the steel a little bit, the ship had so much damage in the surrounding area that it really did not contribute to helping the Titanic flood at all. But in case you don't know this, in case you're new to my channel, the coal fire honestly did help save lives. You see, for those of you who only know a little bit of the story, the Titanic had a small coal fire on board in the early stages of during the voyage. The Titanic had a coal fire on board. I believe it was the aft in coal bunker of boiler room number 6. If I'm wrong about that, please correct me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So coal fires were not uncommon in 1912. You know, steamships had them. This is something that builders of these ships took into consideration. So while the Titanic was steaming across the Atlantic, they were working to put out the fire. What they had to do was they had to move the coal from the coal bunker where it was burning and move it to another coal bunker. So the coal fire was on the Titanic's starboard side. And then what they did was they took out 300 tons of coal from that starboard side coal bunker and moved it into the port side. Now remember, 300 tons of coal is a considerable amount of weight on board a ship. After this happened, the Titanic had a very slight list to port before the sinking, okay? So the Titanic is steaming along, and she has this very slight list to port, and it's because of 300 tons of coal has now been shifted, you know? That'll definitely affect the center of or the trim of the ship, I should say. Now, Years later, decades later, when they were figuring out how the Titanic sank, they ran a computer simulation and they factored in like how long would it have taken the Titanic to sink. So they put in everything in, and they wanted to see if the computer spit out the exact same information that the ship really did. The computer said that the Titanic should have capsized and sank in an hour, roughly an hour after the iceberg impact. But we know it didn't. The Titanic sank in 2 hours and 40 minutes, and she sank on more or less an even keel. So it turns out they then reran the simulation because they forgot to factor in the 300 tons of coal from the coal fire and how they shifted it. When they put in that configuration, the computer said the Titanic would last around 3 hours and the ship would sink just like it really did. So because of that coal fire and because they moved all that coal from the starboard side to the port side, when the Titanic hit the iceberg on the starboard side, that extra weight of coal helped keep the Titanic from completely rolling over and capsizing and sinking. Because of that 300 tons of coal, it is now theorized that it offset the weight of the water coming in just enough to keep the Titanic from capsizing. Like, that is just absolutely one of the most unbelievable stories to me and one of the most unbelievable instances of crazy luck. It's a theory, but honestly, it makes sense given all the information. All right. I've gone into that for a very long time. Let's get back to these chats. Okay, we got that one. Yeah, Titanic was not badly built. She was an awesome ship. Thank you so much for the 10, Tanya. Taylor 5, thank you so much. Did you know that A Night to Remember uses 2 scenes from the Nazi Titanic movie? Seriously? What scenes? I've never looked at it. So what scenes did they use? Taylor, thank you for the 5. Let's see. Nicola, 18 or 20, I think, 20 US. Thank you so much. 2:15 a.m. where I am. No words, but glad to be sharing this important night with all of you. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for the super chat. I hope I said your name right. But thank you so much for being here. Super appreciate it. We're all here to remember and respect the story of the Titanic. Taylor 2, thank you. No message though. Got that? We got that one. Thank you so much for all your support, everybody. Thank you. Okay, we got that one. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to backtrack here. Okay, we got that. All right, Rab 2, thank you so much. Where I live, it's 2:20 a.m. Titanic would have been gone. Yeah, 2:20 a.m., but not with the time zone differences and everything. So it's 9:23 a.m. here, so it'd be 10:23 Titanic time. No, wait. So it's 9:23, 10:23. So yeah, Titanic still got a little bit of time left. So she's not gone yet. Let's see. We got that one. Oh, gosh. Lewis. Howdy, Sam. What is your opinion on the Titanic? Oh, gosh. Okay. So in case you all don't know this, there is a Titanic film coming out, or they may have already released it already. It's called Titanic 666. And I'm sure you all can guess my opinion on that. It's by the same studio that made that horrible Titanic 2 film, and now they're doing the exact same thing again, except I think it's Titanic with zombies or something. It's ugh. But I really don't like it when people do stuff like that, because it's like they're disrespecting the history to sell a movie. They're like, the studio makes bad movies, and the only thing they're doing is like, oh, hey, Titanic sells, so let's do something with that. And then they just butcher it. And I feel like it is a massive disrespect to the real story of the real Titanic, and I very much disapprove of it. And I have no intention of watching the movie. How about that? No intention to go through that. It is terrible. Oh, yeah, and apparently they film all the interior spots on the Queen Mary, which also irritates me. I don't like it that they use that revolutionary ocean liner for that kind of stuff. Come on, guys. It's no different than what Brightside does. Titanic sells. Let's make clickbait. Let's make clickbait videos with Titanic. Massive disrespect to history as far as I'm concerned. All right, let's. I'm trying not to rage here, but that definitely gets that grinds my gears. I cannot believe I just made a Family Guy joke. All right, there we go. Got that one. All right, Black November 8, thank you so much. Happy Titanic Day, Sam. There is a theater an hour away from my town, and there's a poster of the 1943 movie on the roof. I don't know why it's there. Seriously? I didn't even know they had posters that still survived at that. That's crazy. What does that look like, I wonder? I'm going to have to look that up later. But that's absolutely crazy that they still have that poster there. Insane. Thank you so much for the Black November. Super appreciate you, my friend. Super, super appreciate you. Okay, we got that. We got that one. Okay. Taylor, 2. Thank you so much. The easiest one to spot is the engine room flooding. I thought, aren't there a couple of scenes of the engine room flooding in A Night to Remember? I need to go back and look. But okay, I'm sure I can look it up and compare it. I'm sure there's a video on YouTube of them comparing the Nazi propaganda Titanic film to A Night to Remember. They seriously used clips from that movie to do A Night to Remember? Seriously? That's crazy. Taylor, thank you for the 2. Cossie, 5, thank you. Forgot to ask, did you ever get over the thumbnail in my vid that actually watch it? Also, 110th anniversary feels crazy. They just keep coming and going. Trust me, Cossie, the older you get, the faster time seems to go. And for those of you who don't know, Cossie is a friend of mine. He's in my Discord, and he made a Titanic video and asked me to watch it. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but he went on Google and pulled an image for the thumbnail, just like something I would do. And he didn't know it, but he accidentally pulled the thumbnail from Brightside. I gave him so much grief over it. It was funny. Cossie, thank you for the 5, and I will go back and watch it. Georgia, do not watch what? Are you talking about Cossie's video or what are you? Oh, come on, Georgia. Why are you hating on Cossie? Anyway, thank you so much, Cossie. I will see you soon, my friend. And I'm pretty sure I know what Georgia's referring to. She's referring to the 1943 propaganda film. No disrespect to Cossie's movie, guys. All right. GMG 5, thank you so much. Are you doing your regular live stream on Sunday like usual? Absolutely. The only reason I'm up tonight is because it's the 110th anniversary. So, you know. But yeah, thank you so much, GMG. Thank you for the 5. CB Punk 20. Wow. Thank you so much, my friend. Hey, Sam. Your mention of the Titanic coal fire reminds me of this other ship I just discovered. It's the MS Alchilaro. Events include being hijacked in 1985. It sank in 1994 after catching fire. It's a wild story. That is a crazy story. Hang on. Can't do a live stream without my Starbucks. Gotta have my mocha. Let's see, the MS Archie-Lara. Okay, I'm not familiar with it. Actually, I think somebody's mentioned that to me before in a live stream. All right, I will add that to the list real quick, CB Punk, but I want to try and keep the chat going. But yeah, I will check that out. Whoa, what just happened? Whoa. Okay, we're good. Whew, I thought I messed something up there. Okay, but yeah, everything's good. CB Punk, thank you so much for that. I will check that out when I get a chance. What is happening? Okay. Notes just crashed. Great. Thank you so much, Apple. All right, but yeah, I will check that out when I get a chance, CB Punk. Thank you so much for the 20. Super appreciate you, my friend. Brendan 1, thank you so much. Gabe 5, thank you. I'm going to watch Titanic starting at exactly 11:40 tonight. If you could add a scene to the movie, what would you add? Love your channel, by the way. Thanks so much, Gabe. Super appreciate you, my friend. Now, I kind of need a little bit more information from that. Are you saying like add a deleted scene back to the movie, or are you saying add a moment or add a scenario to the movie? So if you want a scene that I would like to add to the movie that, as far as I know, wasn't filmed, I would love to have the clip where Quartermaster Hitchens. So for those of you who don't know, Quartermaster Hitchens was in a lifeboat with Molly Brown, and him and Molly Brown, they really got into a massive verbal confrontation. And it ended with Molly Brown getting so fed up with Hitchens that she said, if you don't shut up right now, I'm going to throw you overboard. I mean, like, Hitchens was like in a panic attack. He was fighting Molly Brown about going back and trying to rescue some of the people in the water after the ship sank. And Molly Brown just had enough of him. And it wasn't just that. He was also screaming at her for other stuff too. But I would love that to be in the movie, like to see all of that, you know. The thing about the Titanic movie, and I'm not hating on it, I think it's great, but James Cameron wanted to put in a lot more historical accurate details. He didn't have time. But if you go back and look at the deleted scenes, you'll see all of these clips that he took out, you know. And there's even the deleted scene, which is one of my favorites, of the two wireless guys. Because, you know, Jack Phillips and Harold Bride, they didn't leave the wireless room until literally the last minute. I mean, I believe water was flooding into the wheelhouse on the Titanic's bridge before they left the wireless room. And there's a deleted scene where, Jack Phillips, where Harold Bride runs in there and says to Jack, the boat deck's awash. Come on, let's go. We've done our duty. And Jack Phillips is like, Jack Phillips was slowly losing his mind as the sinking was progressing, and he felt the weight of all of these people on board the Titanic. And he's like, I've got to get another ship here. I've got to get another ship here. And Jack Phillips was just pounding away on the Morse key, even though the Titanic wasn't transmitting anymore. It's just, he wasn't thinking clearly anymore. And eventually Harold Bragg got him out of there, and they both got up to the boat deck, but they got separated. But there's a lot of stuff I would love to be put into the movie. I would like to put all the deleted scenes back into the movie, minus one or two. And I'd like them to film the Molly Brown stuff. I think that'd be super cool. Gabe, thank you for the 5. That's an awesome question, by the way. All right, let's see. Let's back up. Hang on. Okay, we got it. Wow. I am really behind now. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay, Mooch 5, thank you. I remember watching Titanic 2. From what I remember, it was just I remember watching Titanic from what I remember. It was just the episode. Oh gosh. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and I sent her some clips of Titanic 2. I looked up the tsunami iceberg scene, and I was just like, in Titanic 2, I kid you not, they have a tsunami show up, and it picks up an iceberg and throws it into the Titanic. I mean, I can't make who thinks up stuff like this? I mean, what? Anyway, but yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I turned it off as soon as I saw the Queen Mary with Titanic 2's name CGI'd over it. Thank you for the 5, Mooch. Joshua 2, thank you. Sam, did you hear that the flagship Moskva sank? Not familiar with it. Hang on a second. Let me do a little Google to see what this is. I'm not familiar with it. Copy, paste, Google, blah, blah, blah. Russian warship sinks in the Black Sea after... Oh, no, I didn't know about this. I haven't been following that stuff for a little bit. But, all right, I'll check that out when I get a chance, Joshua. Thank you so much for tuning me in on that. Okay, scrolling on. Let's see. Tangle 10, thank you so much. What if Olympic was closer to the Titanic and came to rescue rather than the Carpathia? Depends on how close it was. But if the Olympic was the one to respond to the Titanic's distress call, then the whole situation would have played out more or less similar to what happened with the Titanic, or with the Carpathia. You see, in case you don't know this, the Olympic radioed in to the Carpathia and offered to come and pick up the Titanic survivors. However, Ismay decided against it because he was afraid that the Olympic would cause the Titanic survivors to have like a panic attack. You know, seeing a near identical twin to the ship that just sunk, you know, that would have a mental effect on those people. Because, I mean, think about what all those people just went through physically and mentally. And he didn't want to add to any more mental strain to the Titanic's passengers, considering everything that they went through. So I understand that decision. So the whole rescue would have played out similar, but the effect that it would have had on the Titanic's passengers, I'm sure it wouldn't have been good. Great question, by the way, Tangle. Thank you for the 10. Taylor, 2, thank you. Did you hear what happened to the USS Sylvania? No, I did not. What happened, Taylor? Thank you for 2. Liners of our time, 5, thank you. Hi, Sam. Just wanted to your channel. Wait. Context. Hi, Sam. Just wanted to your channel has been a great relief from the craziness in the world over the last couple of years. Thanks for all your hard work. Thanks so much, Liners. I really appreciate it. You know, sometimes you just got to turn off the news. You know, sometimes you just have to... there's always something going on. Sometimes it feels good just to turn off the news and live your life and, you know, do something you're passionate about. I think that's really good for all of our mental health. Liner, thank you so much for the 5. Super appreciate you, my friend. I hope you, I'm glad you like my work. Thank you for the 5. Okay, we got that one. Georgia, save your MacBook. Haha. All right, Taylor, 5, thank you. They only used 2 scenes in The Night to Remember, the engine room flooding and the Titanic model sailing in the daytime. I, too, was surprised. All right, I'm definitely going to have to check that out, Taylor. Thank you so much for the 5, and thank you for teaching me something. Garth, 5, thank you. Is the World Discoverer on your list? The World Discoverer. Hang on a second. Let's see here. World Discoverer ship. World Discoverer ship. Well, the MS World Discoverer was a cruise ship designed and built in Germany 1974. Fate wrecked on the 30th of April 2000 after striking an uncharted reef in a Titanic passage. No, it's not on my list, but I will go ahead and add that. MS World Discoverer. Okay, thank you so much for telling me about that. Garth, thank you. MS World Discoverer. All right, it's on the list. Thank you so much, Garth. Thank you for the 5, my friend. Excuse me. All right, we got that. I think we're all caught up. No, we're not. Sorry, guys, I have to play catch up here. Holy cow, we've got 500 people in here. Oh my gosh. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. I had no idea there was so many people in here. Let's see. Maritime history, smiley face. Cup. Hey, Sam, could you do a video on 9/11? I would love to hear what you think. And thank you for Titanic videos. So the only thing, I mean, I've thought about doing a video on 9/11 in the past, but the thing is, it's a very hard topic to talk about, because if I ever do a video on 9/11, think of it like this. I mean, that's our generation's, Titanic or Pearl Harbor, like that is a very recent tragedy and disaster. And a lot of people are still feeling the impact of it, people all over the world are. And it's one of those things where I want to do it right and make sure that, like I tell the story. And there's some political aspects to it as well, which, I try to avoid politics stuff altogether on my channel. So I would like to do a video on 9/11 at some point. It's one of those topics that I want to treat it very respectful, and I want to do it right for everybody who was involved with it, all the victims and everybody who was there. And it's a hard topic to do it and to do it right. I hope that makes sense. I want to be as respectful as I can with the topic, and yeah, I want to make sure that whatever I do, everybody's okay with it. Does that make sense? So it's a hard thing to talk about even now. It was such a horrible day. Thank you so much for your question. Moving on. Okay, next one is Brendan 5. Thank you so much. What popular item of clothing that was the height of fashion in 1912 was left out of the film Titanic for appearing too comical? I have absolutely no idea, Brandon. What was left out? I really have no idea. I've never heard of that. Seriously? There was a bit of clothing that was like very fashionable at the time, but it was left out of the film because it was too funny? Really? I have never heard that, Brandon. Please tell me more. Thank you for the 5. Tower 5, thank you. Best part in Titanic 2, the ship was not designed to be hit on the side. What? Don't tell me they say that. Is that really what they say sinks it? Are you kidding me? That movie. Tower, thank you for the 5. Isaac 2, thank you. Imagine a sci-fi made a Titanic Sharknado. Wait, what? Imagine a sci-fi made like a shark attacks Titanic or something like that. Thank you so much, Isaac. Thank you for the 2. Scrolling on. Okay. I think we're all caught. Nope. Just when I think we're all caught up. Okay. Got that. We got that. Oh, Kat. Hello, Cold Night or Kat. Thank you so much. I'm paying you to sing My Heart Will Go On. Seriously? Seriously? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. 2 seconds. All right, I cannot believe I'm about to do this. All right, you want me to sing? Well, I'm not going to sing that. My voice is not good for that. But I have another plan, and I'm pretty sure since I know Kat, she's going to call foul on this. And I have no idea how well I'm going to do with this because I haven't played this in so long. So don't judge, but I do play the violin casually, of course. So let me see here. Let me see how this goes. I cannot believe I'm about to do this. And I think the live chat's about to go absolutely bonkers. I called it. Yeah, tougher. Hang on, guys. So look, I only casually doodle with it every now and again. So don't judge here, okay? So I haven't played My Heart Will Go On in so long. All right, let me see here. And remember, don't judge, guys. Absolutely do not judge here. All right, let me see here. Wait. This isn't My Heart Will Go On, though. This song isn't My Heart Will Go On. How's that? Pretty good? How was that? How was that? That the Ode to the Sea? And let me see here. Something like that. Something like that. Hey, how's that? That was the Irish folk dance from where Jack and Rose were down there dancing. Full Irish party, everyone. How was that, everybody? How was that? Hey, I haven't practiced this in so long, so give me a little bit of a break here. But that's, there we go, violin. Violin right there. Considering I have not practiced, I am very proud of that. I am very proud of that. Kat, will you accept that instead of me singing? Is that good for you, Kat? Was that a good replacement of me singing tonight? How was that? All right. Bravo, bravo. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Historic Travels. I will use it in my background music if you don't. Oh gosh, don't do that. There was so much squeaking there. Please don't do that. I haven't played that enough to. I'm a very basic. Like I played the violin a lot when I was a kid, and the only thing I know now is what I remember. I only pick it up every now and again. Okay, hang on. Okay. I have to backtrack here, guys. I have to go back to. I am so behind on these super chats. Hang on, hold on. Holy cow. Guys, I feel like I lost a lot of the super chats and now I can't go back and find them anymore. Oh, crap. Okay. Guys, I feel like I lost a lot of the super chats. I'm really sorry. I cannot go back to them anymore. I feel like I lost a good chunk of them. Sorry, just from Cat on, if you did something, I'm really sorry. I cannot find it. I'll try to figure something out and come back and answer them later. But guys, thank you so much. And I'm sorry if I missed them. I'm going to start with the next chat that I've got here. Cringy10, thank you so much. Good afternoon, Sam. Tomorrow is April 15th. Known as one of the cursed days of the year. And well, tomorrow is also my birthday, turning 15. By the way, did you receive my lamp? It is you. It is you. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Yes, I got it. So Cringe mailed me a lamp right here. Thanks so much, Cringe. Thank you so much for sending this. And thanks so much for that gift card, man. I super appreciate it. Cringy, that was so funny. When I saw that, I busted out laughing. I'm going to mention it in my next mail time. Cringy, thank you so much for the 10, my friend. And also, happy birthday to you. Whew. All right. I ran so fast there. Let's see. Sing, do it. There's the violin part. Okay, I'm there now. We got that one. Yes. Let's see here. Whew. Hang on, I need a drink. I ran so fast. Ugh. Let's see. Tat, $1. Thank you so much. We got that. We got that one. RMS Seg 5. Thank you. Hey, Sam, if the Olympic rescued the Titanic survivors, whew, do you think that they would have saved and wait? If the Olympic rescued the Titanic survivors, do you think they would have saved and of the lifeboats, or would they have set them adrift? Oh, they would have saved the lifeboats, I'm sure. Didn't the Carpathia save the lifeboats? I'm sure she did. And then the lifeboats were probably just reused on other ships and stuff. But yeah, the Olympic would have saved the lifeboats. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the 5, my friend. Chris, 2, thank you. I'll throw in a couple bucks for him to sing. Come on, guys. I played the violin already. Hymn to the Sea. Yes, that was the song. Kasi 5, thank you. I know how to play My Heart Will Go On piano. We should make an orchestra. That would be hilarious, Kasi. We should absolutely do that, my friend. Thank you for the 5. Let's see. We got that one. We got that one. Wow, sounds good. I used to play in high school. That's awesome, man. Thank you. Duncan, sounds great. Sam, awesome, awesome. I'm glad you guys all recognize that. I wondered how many of you all would recognize the Irish folk dance. Georgia, 25. Thanks so much. I super appreciate you, my friend. Let's see. My respects for all you do in the Titanic community and your wholesome content. Greetings and rest in peace to the events of 110 years ago. Absolutely, Georgia. And Georgia, thank you so much for the 25. And seriously, to all of you who are here tonight watching my live stream and everything, just thank you guys so much for all the support. You know, I could not do this without all of you, and it really means it means everything to me that you all like my content, and it's because of all of you I'm able to share the story of the Titanic, and it means more than any of you can know. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Georgia. Thanks for the 25. Super appreciate you. Mooch 2, thank you. Love it. You should go on tour. I don't know about that. Let's see. Henry 2, thank you. Did you hear the world's largest cargo jet got bombed? No, what happened? I did not hear about that. Ryan, 2, thank you. Hey, Sam, it's 9:40 Eastern time, 11:40 Titanic time, iceberg. Wrong because of daylight savings. It's actually 1 hour difference. 1 hour difference, Ryan, but close. Yeah, if it was 1912, you'd be right. Let's see here. We got that. We got that one. Sorry, I've got to backtrack here. Okay. Cringy 5. Uh-oh. Sing My Heart Will Go On. Also, great work performing the Irish music in the Titanic movie. You're very good at the violin. You should practice more. Thanks so much, Cringy. And you know what? I do need to play more. I do need to. Curious question. Would you guys like to know who my celebrity crush was when I was in college? Would you guys like to know this? Would you guys like to know? And if you're wondering why I randomly mentioned that, there is a reason. Would you guys like to know who my celebrity crush was in college? Because there is a very good particular reason. Georgia got it. Lindsay Sterling. Yeah, Lindsay Sterling. She was my celebrity crush when I was in college. I did a meet and greet once and got to meet her, and it was really cool. But yeah, she was my celebrity crush in college. I loved the violin. And what made me even know about her content was she did a video called Violinist Can Shuffle Too. I don't know if y'all remember that LMFAO song, Party Rock, and I loved it. So that's what, but yeah, she was my celebrity crush back in my college days. And I love the violin because I played it and everything. Every night in my dreams. How's that, Cringy? All right, thank you for the vibe. David, 20, thank you so much. Am I late? Love being here. Is Olivia here? I hope so. Good to see you again, Sam. Did you get another lamp? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I absolutely love that it's from Cringy. Cringy wrote his name with a smiley face on. When I saw this, I busted out laughing. Seriously, guys, you guys are awesome. I super appreciate all of you. Thank you for the 20, David. I haven't seen Olivia tonight. I'm sure she's working. Let's see here. Blondin, 5. Thank you so much. Back from watching Walking Dead the last few weeks. Now it's that time in April. We all know. Tax time. Happy Titanic. We absolutely. Tax season. That was a lot of work for me. Blondin, thank you for the 5. Super appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. For $1. Thank you so much. Let's see here. CB Punk, 5. Music is a great hobby. That was awesome, Sam. Thanks so much, CB Punk. Super appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for the 5. Andre, 1, thank you, or 2, thank you so much. Anybody who did, if I did miss anybody's super chats from where I was playing with the violin, I'm really sorry. I can't find them anymore. They're just gone. Please just put your question in the comments for this video when it gets archived, and I'll try to come back and answer them later. That's the best I can do, guys. I'm really sorry. I really feel bad about that. But yeah, thank you so much for all the support, guys, and I'm sorry I missed that. I did not mean for that to happen. Tom, 20, thank you so much. Super appreciate you. Wow, no question, though. All right, Tom. Well, hey, I wish you would have asked a question, man, but I super appreciate the 20. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Georgia. All right, I'm here at the Lindsay Sterling part. Okay, we got that. We got that one. Okay, I'm getting caught up here. Ryan, 5, thank you. If I had the means, I'd mail you a Lego Titanic that V breaks, seeing it is 110 years since that ever happened with that. Titanic did not V break, Ryan. Captain Smith was not a bad captain. Do not believe Aaron 1912 or what's that fake university? Dublin University or something. Gosh. He tried so hard to get himself to become just to get his stories out there. It's just crazy. Ryan, thank you for the 5. Let's see here. Let's see. Michael, 2. What time is it? Titanic time. 9:50 p.m. here, so 10:50 p.m. Titanic time. Let's see here. So the iceberg impact is coming up. What time did the Californian radio in? What time did that happen? I'm asking the chat. Does anybody know what time did the Californian try to radio the Titanic with the ice warning and Jack Phillips told him to shut up? What time did that happen? I'm not 100% certain. Let's see here. We got that one. Mooch, 5, thank you. Did you manage to find a shade for the lamp I see? No, I didn't, Mooch. I looked around for a Titanic lampshade. I couldn't find one. I seriously tried. I tried. I mean, you gave me that super chat, so I'm like, I'm going to find a lampshade. I'm going to do this. I even asked a few people in my Discord to help. But I mean, I could not find a Titanic lampshade. If anybody here knows of like a Titanic like lampshade or something that I could use, because Mooch sent me a lamp and it doesn't have this, please let me know. I would love to see that. I would love to see it. Thank you for the 5, Mooch. We got that one. Captain Obvious 5, thank you. Sam, and for those of you who don't know, the warship USS Missouri played a role in the movie Battleship. My most favorite scene is the entire movie. I've never seen Battleship. Excuse me. Damn. Need my tea. Yeah, I have never seen the movie Battleship, but okay, I'll check that out, Captain Obvious. Thank you so much for the 5. Super appreciate you. I'm guessing it's a great movie. Let's see here. Chase, can you please do a complete timeline of the RMS Teutonic? Another complete timeline? Oy vey. Maybe. I'm not even thinking about that right now because I've got the Lusitania to finish up, and I've also got the Queen. I've got the Queen Mary to do. That's another one I've got to do. Hannah, 2, thank you so much. Would you ever do a Titanic VR Let's Play? Maybe. I don't know. I did I've only ever done one video game video on my entire channel, and it was the Titanic VR game. But I don't know. I would probably, if I was to do a Let's Play, I'd probably do like the Britannic game or something like that first, you know? But who knows? If any of you all do want to join, because if you want to join my Discord, we all love to play Sea of Thieves. So if any of y'all want to join us in that, you know, please join my Discord. We'd love to have you. We're trying to get a full crew to go and do the Glitterbeard mission, if any of y'all know about that. But yeah, please join, and we might do some Let's Plays someday. And let's see, sketch. Yo, Sam, if the Costa Concordia sank of a boiler explosion at the bow, would it be down to 500 feet? I don't know how deep was the water in that area. I mean, they hit that rock, it hit that very shallow area, but wasn't there like a branch of deeper water, or didn't the Costa Concordia sink onto like a cliff edge? And I believe the Costa Concordia could handle 2 watertight compartments breach. So it all depends on if the ship could have handled that damage or not. So a lot of what ifs there. Let's see here. Thomas, hi everyone. What if Captain Smith was on the bridge at 11:35? Would he have done the same thing, or would he have slowed down and hit head on? So here's, did I miss 2 super chats? Scrolling up. Oh, yes, I did. Thank you so much. Let's see here. We got Mako 2. Thank you. We need more floating life rafts made out of air. Yeah, that'd be helpful. Thank you so much for the 2, Mako. That would be good for that. Did I miss another one? What time is it? Titanic time. I only found 1 super chat that I missed. I think we're good. I think we are good. Going up. Okay. Let's see here. By the way, oh shoot. So I forgot about the question. So if Captain Smith had been on the bridge, you see, here's one thing that a lot of people don't know about the Titanic, okay? The Titanic, Captain Smith got the ice warnings, and he took them seriously. And he had the Titanic actually steam further south than what was normal. And because the Titanic was so far south, that's why Captain Smith kept the ship running at its normal speed, you know? And then based on where they were looking, you know, based on the officer's view on the bridge and everything, it looked like a perfectly clear night. And it looked like they could see for miles in all directions. So Captain Smith wasn't being careless. He knew about the ice warnings, but he had the ship steam further south. And from his perspective, it looked like, yeah, if there's anything dangerous, then we'll be able to see it with plenty of time to react. They did not know about the mirage thing going on. There was a weird mirage effect going on that night due to the Labrador current. And they didn't know, you know. Captain Smith was a good captain. He really was. He did everything he could to try to make sure his ship was safe. And he even told, was it Lightoller that was on watch at the time that Smith went to his cabin? I'm pretty sure it was Lightoller. But he told Lightoller to let him know if the conditions change. So Captain Smith was a good captain. Tucker, how did the Titanic split in half? That really has to do with how the ship ended up sinking. Because the way the Titanic sank, the water was flooding fairly evenly, more or less, because that's another reason why the Titanic had more or less, she sank pretty much on an even keel, basically. So when the ship went down, when the final plunge was beginning, the stern was so high up in the water that the water really couldn't progress that much further inside the stern. So you've got this positively buoyant stern and then the dead weight of the bow that has no buoyancy. The bow is trying to pull the stern down, but the stern's fighting it. So because the stern can't go under because it's full of so much air, it's trying to resist. And you also have the engines, which are located right around here. And I did see that super chat. I'll get to it. But I see that super chat. So I'll answer your question in a second. So the engines are the heaviest objects on the ship. So those engines, which are still above the water during the final moments, are also trying to pull the stern back down level. So you've got the dead weight of the bow trying to lift the stern up. You've got the engines trying to weigh the stern down. And you've got the positively buoyant stern also fighting the dead weight of the bow. All of that strain ended up right around here, right in this area right here. And the structure couldn't take it. I mean, honestly, given everything that the Titanic went through during those final moments, I mean, I can't believe the ship held together as long as it did. I absolutely can't. Seth7, thank you so much. Seeing as this is the night the Titanic sank, to Titanic from ? Icebergs in the area, slope for the night, sea calm, no mood. Seeing this is the night the Titanic sank, to Titanic from ? Icebergs in the area, slope for the night, sea calm, no moon. Oh, did you just repeat a Titanic wireless message and send it to me? I don't know all the wireless messages. I don't know what ship said what to Titanic. I know the Mount Temple was around, but I don't know if they were. I know the Mount Temple tried to make it to the Titanic, but they were stopped because of an ice field. We've also got the Californian that radioed in. Is that what the Californian said during the initial message when Phillips told him to shut up? Was that what they were sending? I don't know. I really don't know that. Seth, thank you for the 7. I know all the wireless messages by heart. Thank you so much for the 7, and I'm curious as to what ship that was. Please let me know, man. All right, we got that. We got that one. Okay. All right. Joseph, 5, thank you so much. Sam, thanks so much for your channel. I really appreciate you and how much I've learned from you. Joseph, thank you so much, man. That really, really means a lot to me. And as I've said 1,000 times on here, guys, I definitely could not do this without all of your all support. I mean, it's because of you I can do this for a job. So just thank you. Just thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Mako, 5, thank you. Is it possible that some of the officers could have died in the first funnel incident on the Titanic? Yes, absolutely. There was so much going on around the first funnel as the final plunge was beginning. And I believe that they now say this, the first funnel fell to starboard. And, if you think about it, because I'm one of those people that doesn't think that Murdoch committed suicide. I really don't think he did. And, there was so much going on. Maybe Murdoch fell victim to the first funnel. And, there was all that drama going on with collapsible A. And I think, didn't collapsible B drift to starboard after it floated up? Didn't it drift that way? I mean, honestly, collapsible A and B are both lucky that they didn't get crushed by the first funnel when it fell. But yeah, it is possible. It is very much possible. I'm sure a lot of people did die when the first funnel came down. Absolutely crazy. Let's see here. Platt, Sam, is your Discord link expired? I should have just posted a new one. I think I did today or yesterday. But double check my community and I'll double check it. I will double check it as well. Sabrina! Oh, what a treat. Sabrina, welcome to the live stream. I'm super glad you're here, Sabrina. Tell your kids I said hi. I'm about to wrap up the live stream here in a couple of minutes. But Sabrina, thank you so much for tuning in. And I am going to go live again at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. This is a 110th anniversary live stream. That's why I'm doing it. But hey, thank you so much for being here, Sabrina. Tell your boys I said hi. I hope they're all doing well. Oh, hey, Sabrina, I've got a question. Did your boys teach their grandma anything new about Titanic from one of my videos? They say hi. That's awesome. That honestly, your comment when you told me about your 2 boys talking to their grandma, and she said, "How can you all keep learning so much about that ship? Or haven't you all learned everything there was about that ship?" And they just looked at her like, "Really?" Like that comment made me laugh so hard. I absolutely love it. Let's see here. Sam, have you watched the show Titanic Blood and Steel? I have not. I have not watched that. Let's see here. Oh, Donald, do you remember when you first discovered Titanic? I do. Hang on. R. Finch, 15. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of your videos. Thanks so much, Finch. That means a lot, my friend. Thank you. Tangle 20. Wow. Thanks so much, my friend. What if the White Star Line decided to alter the Olympic and rename her Titanic 2 in honor of her lost sister? This isn't a switch theory, by the way. What if the Queen Mary 2 sinks? Okay, Tangle, I will answer your question in just a second. So I discovered the Titanic when I was 6 or 7 years old. It was whenever the James Cameron movie came out. I know I was around that age. And I walked over to my grandpa's house, or my grandparents' house, and they were watching Titanic. And it was the scene, like I remember it so vividly. It's perfectly clear in my mind. But it was the scene where Lightoller said to Smith, "Shouldn't we put the women and children into the boat, sir?" And I asked my mom or my grandpa or someone, "What is this?" And they said, "It's Titanic." And I'm like, "What's Titanic?" And yeah, it all went from there. That was what got me into Titanic. All right, let me read this again. Tangled 20. What if the White Star Line decided to alter the Olympic and rename her Titanic 2 in honor of her lost sister? Well, number one, that wouldn't happen because you wouldn't name a ship after one that sank. So that wouldn't happen. And what if the Queen Mary 2 sinks? That would be a disaster. That'd be an absolute disaster. And it would all depend on the circumstances surrounding the sinking as to, what happened after that. But given the Queen Mary 2's modern safety features and everything, I'm sure that they would be able to get everybody off in time. Tangle, thank you so much for the 20, my friend. Super appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's see here. Mooch, 10, thank you. I had this weird dream that people had raised the Titanic's bridge wing, which was in better shape than it actually is, and were planning to drop it back down. I woke up mad. That's funny, Mooch. Did you watch my, before you went to bed, did you watch my video about the big piece? Because that sounds like what happened to the big piece when they pulled it up, they got it within 200 feet of the surface, and the ropes broke, and then it went right back down to the bottom. That sounds just like that. Mooch, thank you for the 10, my friend. Let's see. Sabrina, 5, thank you. To answer, yes, they did. They helped her shrieking Titanic trivia night. They got my mom the most points. Y'all had a Titanic trivia night. That's awesome, Sabrina. Thank you so much for the 5. Let's see here. I think I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and I'm going to wrap it up for the night because all the other Titanic real-time live streams are about to start, and I don't want to interfere with all of that. I want to give those guys some attention. So let's see here. I'll do 1 or 2 more questions, and I'm going to close out for the night. Let's see here. Steven, I just watched the movie the other day again for the millionth time. I love everything Titanic. Thank you for this awesome series of videos. Always entertaining, and I always learn something new. Steven, thank you so much for that. Really, really means a lot. Means a lot. Mooch 2, actually, no, I hadn't. Wait, what was the question, Mooch? I forget what I asked you. I completely forgot what you said. What were you saying? No, I haven't to. But anyway, Mooch, thank you for the 2. And we'll do 1 more here. And then I'm going to wrap up for the night. Let's see. Thanks for all the amazing videos. Thank you. Hi, says, the steam engines that ran Titanic also made power and electricity for the lights and heat. When the Titanic hit the iceberg, the engine stopped. Plus, water and electricity don't mix. But yeah, you're right. But also, you have to remember that is one of the most amazing things about the entire Titanic story is how long the power stayed on. I mean, those engineers worked they worked so hard to keep the power going to the last possible minute. And then even after the Titanic split in 2, the emergency dynamo kicked in, which was on D deck, and it kept a few lights on the stern going even after the Titanic broke in half. And I mean, the Titanic was a very well-built ship. And honestly, she was put into a situation that she just could not survive. It was a terrible, terrible situation. And honestly, I think the Titanic, she performed very well given the horrible circumstances she was up against. The Titanic stayed more or less stable for 2.5 hours, giving everybody on the ship long enough to launch the lifeboats and save as many people as they did. The Titanic was a well-built ship. It was just put into an impossible situation. Joseph, thank you for the 2. I loved your video on Thomas Andrews. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Duncan, we need Rosie. Rosie's in the other room, but I want to go ahead and close out let me see what she's doing. Let me see. I might as well show you guys Rosie real quick. All right. If you guys want to see Rosie before I close out, I'll show y'all Rosie real quick. Rosie, your fans want to see you. Rosie, your fans want to see you real quick before we close out for the night. Rosie, say hi to your fans. How's my Rosie? You okay, Rosie? That's my dog. This is Rosie. That's Rosie. She is my 90-pound or 80-pound mess. She thinks she's a lap dog. That's for darn sure. Let's see. Oh, we got one more super chat, and then I'm going to close out for the evening. Let's see. Michelle, 2, thank you. How long did it take the water to get to Scotland Road? Scotland Road, to be honest with you, I'm not 100% certain on the exact time that the water reached Scotland Road. I think it was already on Scotland Road when the water reached boiler room number 5. I think it was already, because when Barrett went up the escape ladder, he saw the water on Scotland Road. So if I was just to take a quick guess, I would say somewhere around 12:30, 12:40 a.m., maybe right around there, but don't quote me on that, but roughly in that time frame. All right, everybody. Well, hey, and maybe 12:45. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you all so much for tuning in to the night. This was a great live stream. I hope you all are doing well. And hey, make sure you guys go and check out Titanic Honor and Glory's real-time sinking that they're doing tonight. And make sure you go and check out Tom Lindsay's Part-Time Explorer real-time sinking. They're both doing stuff tonight. So feel free to go check those guys out. One more super chat, Fade 5. Thank you. Hey, Sam, just wanted to ask you a few things. First, what is your favorite ocean liner? Second, your videos are awesome. I learn so much from them every day. Fade, thank you so much for the 5. Super appreciate you, my friend. Thank you all so much for all the support. All right, everybody. Well, hey, I will see you all on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And hey, you all have a good evening. Thank you all so much for the support. I could not do it without you. Have a good evening, everybody. And thank you all so much for tuning in.